Welcome back to another video, and you may be wondering, what is this monstrosity that I have laid upon your eyes? Let's just remove that. And this is what if every province in the world kind of just became independent. And others, oh my god, and others are way stronger than others, and others are way bigger than others. So, this is going to be interesting, and yes, this is going to be sometimes a war scenario. So, yeah. And yes, West Virginia hasn't been formed because I got this from 1861. I got this map of 1861 and I used it because it's the best map I had. Anyways, let's jump right into it. And starting off, let's go into America. The American Civil War is raging on, but it's not, because that would just be an American Civil War scenario. But around this time, and yes, territories, but around this time, Madrid, since they're the strongest in Spain, decides to go after this country or province. I don't know what most of these provinces are called, but they will live. But Madrid province goes after this massive province, and this shows that size doesn't matter. Maybe it does in some situations, but anyways. Alright, there we go. Now Madrid has a lot more land, but they're going to continue their conquest, as they want to reform Spain. And it's going very well so far, as they are taking over country after country until they meet their match, as a pretty small coalition forms. But this is an important coalition that shows that even though these countries are fragmented, they can still work together. And Madrid begins to get pushed back, and then Madrid falls, and that kind of sucks. Anyways, this province gets retaken and up. But yeah, that was a quick war. And yes, I'm fast pacing this. Not really on purpose. This country gets independence, and let's just go back in time. Sorry that you can hear my mouse, I bet you can, but it's okay. As everything goes back to normal, except this province and this province split up Spain. Me and Madrid. So, yeah, Madrid's gone. But in Poland, not even in Poland, let's go up here. As a Lithuanian coalition that actually united into the Republic of Lithuania goes after the fragmented states of Latvia to show dominance. And since these two didn't want to join, they're like, alright, let's go after these weaker states. But this is a very long war, as even though they are able to knock them out, the Riga provinces declare war. But this area begins to fall one by one, as another small coalition forms, and they were able to kick back the Lithuanians pretty far, but it's too late, as the Latvian, what's it saying? What am I even saying at this point? It's so confusing. I haven't done this in a while. Alright, so let's just show the provinces taken. And yes, this is going to be a lot of provinces, so bear with me here. Oh my god. That was not supposed to happen. Anyways, all of this happens, and Lithuania becomes a pretty important part as they become one of the biggest, surprisingly, uh, up here. But oh, China time. As when we go over here, we see a massive war break out between these provinces. While more bigger ones are joining the blue team, while smaller, more obscure ones are joining the red team. But around this size, that's when the countries stop joining and fighting ensues. As we see this little country being surrounded from two sides, and they sadly get obliterated into a million pieces. This Chinese province meets up with this Indian province, and they launch an attack on Bhutan, but Bhutan's too fragmented to care. All countries are, so it's pretty much just a massive free-for-all. And in Beijing, Beijing falls. But over here, we see a massive blue team invasion of this country. And we also see the Mongolians knocked out. But a new blue team country joins behind the lines. But oh, so this is pretty much just a Chinese civil war, right? Yes, that's pretty much what this is. As we see Xinjiang and this Mongolian province, I think that's Xinjiang. Yeah, this is Taipei, this is Xinjiang. I'm definitely pronouncing that wrong. But anyways, this province of China over here is attacking Taipei and this area right here, and they're doing very well. And also right here is doing pretty well, as they both begin to kick in this region, and Taipei begins to become more isolated than ever. More and more troops begin to re-liberate this Mongol area. And right here we see a pretty important push that cuts off these coastal regions from over here, where most of the fighting is happening. And the blue team is able to meet up with down here, and it's able to keep their country alive for the little time that they have. And yeah, this becomes a pretty important part right here. And yeah, this becomes pretty cool. On a side note, I saw a double rainbow today. That was very cool. Anyways, back to mapping, as we see a push right here to re-liberate this area. As with this invasion, these areas up here are cut off, and the push of Manchuria takes place. What is this region called now? I have no idea. Anyways, troops begin to make the march, and these Mongol areas are re-liberated. Then these countries begin to realize that even though they're bigger and stronger than these other provinces, the other provinces just have way too many people. And that's terrible in this scenario. As the smaller you are, the surprisingly more people you have. On statistics of provinces or states. States, provinces, counties, I don't know what other people call them. Russia has oblast. Anyways. But yeah, this war is over. And, let's just do a quick little bow. And, yeah, actually, no, Trudy. I'm not doing all that. Just pretend that there's a treaty. But, Sejong did annex Taipei and this province. Is it Taipei or, Taipet? Because I hear both. But we see this massive country being formed, and it's not that valuable. But oh, it's America time. As we see Texan forces cross the border into Oklahoma, trying to get as much land as possible. And yes, millions are dying across the world, but this is more important to Texas. But Louisiana also gets attacked at the same time. Texas begins to realize that their forces are spread out thin. And I mean, they're being spread out pretty thin. And I think this is the Arizona or New Mexico province. No, it's the Arizona province. Yeah. As they launch a massive attack onto Texas, then no man's land joins. And oh golly. So Texas is getting obliterated. But just wonderful. As the blue team started to have hope, all of that, I don't care, all of that hope completely disappeared. Mexico? Wait, Mexico's got our back. As these northern Mexican provinces, instead of just sitting around and watching, they see this as a valuable opportunity to just unite and gain land together. As Texas begins to fall, and California is completely kicked out of the Arizona province, and yes, I've come to a conclusion, that's what I'm going to call it, or the Arizona Territory, and California gets absolutely obliterated in less than an hour. Not really, but yeah. And yeah, Texas, as much as you wanted to form that republic, it's not going to happen. But let me just do this treaty real quick. And there is no treaty to be done, except the Treaty of Unification, as all of these countries, with all of their gains, decides to join together into the American-Mexican Union. I did not mean to do that, so let's just act like it never existed and color over it. And that looks normal. But yes, this massive union forms, and it terrifies the world, as it is ginormous for its standards, and it's comparing in size to this province. There will probably be a series to this, but yeah. I mean, there will probably be a series until one country rules the world, so I'm thinking about it. That'll be pretty cool. That would be pretty cool. But yeah, not a lot happened, but a lot happened. And next episode there will be treaties if there is an episode. So bye bye. Have a good day and like and subscribe if you want to, of course.